The ban cooled temperatures, but as the poll date approaches, chances of the truce holding are slim. The Electoral Commission says it will try to limit the degree of violence.
We still get reports of conflicts here. Even now that it has ended, in some cases you hear of this or that. We can only appeal and hope that as we go on, we will see a minimal number of these incidents. To say we can rule them out completely, I'm not too sure.
Zambians go to the polls on 11 August to elect a president and a new parliament. Tensions between supporters of the two main parties, the ruling PF and opposition UPND, are running high and have led to clashes. Some have criticized police efforts to keep the peace.
The accusations have been that the police seem to be more vicious when they're dealing with the opposition than when they're dealing with the ruling party.
On Tuesday, police fired tear gas and arrested 28 UPND supporters at the home of the party's vice presidential candidate in the northern province. Police say they had defaced rival party posters.
It's not that we raided, we were pursuing people who were doing wrong. When we pursue in an effort to arrest someone, it doesn't mean that we've raided.
And where supporters of the ruling party are found doing the same things, has anything happened to them?
Yes, we have some Patriotic Front cadres who've been arrested for destroying campaign materials for the opposition. It's only that right now I may not have the statistics, but in due course we'll be able to publish that.
The continued troubles are stoking anxiety.
We all have got a future to live, and if we are to be violated in that way, then that simply means that we don't have a future. So you just have to stand firm and say no to violence.
People are fighting for no reasons because we are one people in this country. So whoever wins, we have to accept as Zambians so that violence should not be there.
President Edgar Lungu has turned to a familiar plan for solutions. Last year, he asked Zambians to pray for a faltering economy. This time, he's called for national prayers for peace, hoping that divine intervention can prevail where political coaxing has failed. Farai Mwakutuya, CCTV, Lusaka, Zambia.
Well, let's get to the very latest now from Zambia. CCTV's Farai Makutuya is live for us in Lusaka. Farai, as you said, there are prayers for peace taking place in Zambia. Just talk us through what prompted the 10-day suspension of election campaigns, but more in particular, what the situation is like at the moment.
Well, certainly those 10 days were called on because of the escalating violence and clashes between supporters of the two main political parties. The suspension has been lifted. The atmosphere is pretty calm here, but you can tell that there's some tension in the air. You'd be hard-pressed to see people openly campaigning and overtly going about campaign business. I suppose people still apprehensive about, being perceived as being, too forceful. And certainly the opposition supporters, UPND supporters, still say they are being intimidated, that they are being harassed, and so you don't see many of them on the streets of Lusaka. What we do see is the ruling party obviously going about their campaigns, but as I said, a very subdued mood here, and I suppose people just still trying to get back on track in terms of the campaign trail. Studio.
And Farai, of course, we know that Edgar Lungu came to power in 2014, and that was after the death of Michael Sata. He's obviously asking now to finish what he started. But when looking at the contenders, who's likely to, or who could possibly get in Edgar Lungu's way?
Well, in the by-election that took place because of the death of Michael Sata, the biggest challenge there was from Hakainde Hichilema. He's a long-time opposition candidate, and the margin by which Edgar Lungu won last time was less than 2%. And so this time round, you know, there are 9 presidential candidates, but it's really a two-horse race between Edgar Lungu and Hakainde Hichilema. What's also happened between the by-election and now is that a number of senior PF members have crossed the floor and gone to join the UPND. Guy Scott, the former vice president and one-time acting president, is now in Hakainde Hichilema's corner, as well as a number of former cabinet ministers and senior MPs from the PF. So that could strengthen the UPND's case and Hakainde Hichilema's case. And so, again, it's a two-horse race, and those are the two. We expect a very tight contest in this race.
All right. Well, thanks very much for that update. Farai Makutoya live for us there in Lusaka. Zambians, of course, going to the polls in August in that very tightly contested election.